to say yes.
Yes, it does help to be unmuted to say yes. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. It's been quite a while because I've been busy with going to school mostly. We have lost Jimmy, but we have gained the co-host of the Paranormal Encyclopedia YouTube channel, Brian McKinley. Um, we are going to be playing tonight. Hopefully, things will go relatively smoothly. And why does it seem like it's unfrozen? So let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. For those of you who don't know, I'm Kevin Mears. I am the game master for this game, the host of the YouTube channel, the Paranormal Encyclopedia, and all-around weird person. Mike, I'll pick on you next.
Uh, Playing Marcus Butcher.
Okay. And want to add anything else?
I am the quiet muscle.
There you go. David, you can go first. Next.
I am playing Morgan Whisper Rackham, the Whisper.
And that leaves Brian.
I'm Brian McKinley. As Kevin said, I'm normally his co-host on Paranormal Encyclopedia. I'm playing a guy named John Slane, also known as Silver, who is a slide, which is basically a con artist.
And because I'm all about letting my friends promote their stuff when they're on my channels, everyone should go check out on Amazon Brian McKinley's books, Ancient Enemies, Ancient Blood, and Drawing Dead. They're extremely good and all available. All available if you like vampires. Check it out. Okay, so tonight your guys are looking for work. As always, there are 3 jobs in the offering that you've heard rumors about. One, there is word that of a client who wants to extract a loved one who's currently an indentured servant in one of the workhouses. So basically, they're forced to work in a factory. There is a professor in Spark Right Tower. Spark Right Tower is the scientific / magical research center of the city. It's more or less a university. But he wants his rival's research notes. And specifically, he wants someone who can make it look like a regular burglary. Last but not least, the Blue Coat Squad doesn't want to make a very dangerous arrest. So basically, they want somebody to sneak into the inspector's office and steal all the evidence that is locked away in the safe. Remember, you can also look at the claims on the sheet for shadows and try to take over one of those. Or you could come up with something of your own if you would like.
Sorry, what was that second one again?
1 second. Professor at Spark Right Tower wants you to sneak in and steal a rival's research notes. And specifically, make sure it looks like it was a random burglary, not just somebody stealing the research notes. You may go talk to people, you may take one of the jobs, you may try to find work elsewhere. It's all up to you.
Fuck toxic workplaces. I'm all down for breaking someone out of indentured servitude. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I think the professor one is actually could be fun because then we also get extra loot. Because if we have to make it look like a burglary, we can grab whatever else we want other than just the notes.
I could probably be adapted to either one.
So the tiebreaker will go either way.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll support whatever's whatever. You know, I was just saying it. I mean, given how our last one went, I don't think. I think the I think stealing the notes is probably the easiest for us.
Good point. Risk reward.
Could
What are
be.
we looking at there?
Let me see if I were to be influenced by my character's background.
Always a good
He's
start.
he was a poor street kid, so I could see him having a little bit of sympathy for the person trapped in the workhouse, because if he hadn't turned to a life of crime, that's probably where he would have ended up.
Mine was a sailor aboard a Leviathan hunting vessel as a kid, so I probably have a few sea shanties about this exact thing.
Your background is the novel Moby Dick.
Mhm.
Complete with being sunk by a giant white Leviathan.
Yeah, exactly.
Dad, no!
Okay, so now we seem to be leaning towards the breakout. Is that where everyone wants to go?
Sure.
Okay then. So you get a meeting with the client. They are a dock worker, essentially. They're kind of broke, which is why they are hiring you instead of buying her contract out. They can offer 3 coin at the moment. And they need her liberated from a warehouse that works on not the entire engine, but like basically part of the engine that Leviathan hunting ships use.
Sorry, the part of the engine that provides what?
The ships that go out to find the electroplasm that keeps the city running. They make widgets, basically. It's from what you know, it should be a relatively lightly guarded warehouse. I mean, this is not the sort of place that's going to have heavily armed guards and things like that. The downside is being that she is an indentured servant, which means she is effectively a slave. Most of the guards are going to be around keeping them from wandering off or being liberated.
I have an idea.
Lay it on us.
Well, I'm thinking if I were to maybe disguise myself as a blue coat, I could kind of just go in there, claim that she is a suspect in some sort of crime, and essentially arrest her and take her out of there, and say that I'm dragging her down to the station or what have you.
I could impersonate one of the Reaper people.
Yep, you have the equipment.
Mm-hmm. Come
And
in and say, "Oh
Blitz
yeah,
always need
she's
muscle."
expected to be violent. I'm here in case there's a body count."
And then I guess Marcus could be there in case things get rough.
Just go in fully armed again and say that you're there as the muscle. It's not technically a lie.
Yep. I was the guard last time. I'm the guard. I can be the guard this time.
It's the
No.
character archetype you chose.
Yep.
So it would make sense for you to go along those lines. So
Yeah.
that
I mean, I
leads
could probably procure two blue coat disguises, so that shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, and he already has the Spirit Warden disguise, so you're good there.
Cool.
Oh, do I
Okay.
need to mark? Oh yeah. I get to unmark items, right?
Yes, you unmark all your items because you're going to pick them as you need them now. So, as I was about to explain, we have our score, which is free the woman. The next step is to figure out your plan, which you have to pick between the different ways of entry. This way would definitely be what's called deception. Which leads us to the next question, which is your item loadouts. So you have to, each of you needs to decide how much equipment you're carrying between a light, medium, and a heavy load.
I'm going to go heavy.
Heavy. It will be the exception for me to not go heavy, I should say.
And you're supposed to be basically police officers picking up a dangerous fugitive, so it actually is one of those times that you don't look out of place dragging around a lot of crap.
Oh,
David?
I'm gonna take a normal load. Like my cover right now is official business. So if I've got the mask and a couple electroplasm vials and maybe a weapon, no one's gonna bat an eye at that.
This is true. And again, you're all seemingly going on official business, so this is all decidedly a normal or heavy load is not going to look at us out of place. Going in heavy to a social situation looks odd. Going in heavy as the police, not as much. Which brings us to the engagement roll, which starts out, we put together a dice pool. First you get one die, because you always get one die. It's just the dumb luck of the situation. Next question is, for me, really, is the plan between bold or daring? I wouldn't call it super... It's a bit bold, but I wouldn't call it, like, overly so I wouldn't really give you a die for that. Next question is, does the plan expose does the detail that you've given expose a vulnerability in the target, or hit them where they're at their weakest? Actually, I'll give you the die for that. Next question is, everybody look over your friends and contacts. Do any of you know someone who might be useful here? Or for that matter, somebody who might cause a problem?
I have a demon as a rival.
It's a heck of a rival to have.
Leviathans are a type of demon.
They're gigantic, think like whale-sized demons.
Do demons as a whole really associate with each other? Are they like a singular people, or are they just
as far as you know, and of the group, you'd be the one who would know the most. Generally, no. Particularly, Leviathans don't seem to associate with each other.
Okay.
So you don't think there's going to be an issue there.
So they're more a category of life than anything. Cool.
Yep. They all tend to be very it's more like humans, in that they're giant, massive category of people with all their own traits. They aren't really a species, or not really a species, in so much as a giant category of species of one. There are groups that associate with each other, but the one that you have as a rival is not going to be one of the Leviathans. And Leviathans are sea demons. He's more of a land or air or fire demon, and different things. They don't really talk.
Okay. Then I don't think I have anyone who would help or interfere here.
Anyone have anyone else? Anyone that might get involved one way or the other?
Don't really see mine being relevant to this situation.
Fair enough.
It depends. Where again is this workshop? Or
It's in the docks. I have to look up more specifically than that, but yeah, it's... they build stuff for ships, so they're going to be near the water.
it just depends upon whether one of my foes is potentially there.
Which are your foes?
I chose Marlene, the pugilist. I don't know whether they may be there for muscle or something as well.
And who's the other the ally?
Our patron. I'm actually the personal butcher, because my cover as a butcher is the butcher of the patron.
Actually, Lord Skurlock owns a lot of Leviathan hunting ships. That's the main way he got rich. So, how was that? I'll give you 3 dice.
All right.
So yeah, roll 3 dice. Tell me your highest roll,
All of us, or as a group?
Brian.
Oh. Okay.
Since he's the one doing the entry, basically.
All
Or it really
right.
could be any of you, but it seems like he's the most logical choice. It is a fortune roll. I think there's a spot on your character sheets, for that matter. It reminds me, I need to set aside a character sheet for Brian, but I can do that later. I assume you have everything written up separately, Brian.
Yeah, I could send you a copy if
Well,
you
no, there's
need.
a way you can enter it into Roll20, and it'll actually let you roll dice for specific things there.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
nice feature. You just have instead of having to do the /R 3d6, you just hit the thing, enter in 3, and it'll roll for you.
I have it up if you want me to do it.
Yeah, why don't you do it since you've got it open?
All right. There we go.
So 6, because you take the highest roll.
Lucky us.
Which is actually quite good.
Good roll. Yeah, that's
Um,
a great success.
It sets
The
you
other
up
2 were ones.
for your first the first obstacle in getting this done is you're going to be in a controlled position for it. The downside of
Excellent.
which being, of course, you don't get experience points for succeeding at controlled positions. So, Brian, do you have anything on your item list for having disguises or anything of that nature?
Yes. I have, in fact, a fine disguise kit. And what I was going to ask you is there are 2 things that might be appropriate, so I'm deciding which one to pick, either documents or subterfuge supplies. I want something that looks like an official warrant or document or whatever that
Documents
calls
would be
for
your choice there, I would say.
documents. Okay. I also took heavy armor, so
Okay, I'm gonna rule that you have managed to kit yourself and Mike's character out to look like blue coats. It's not rocket science. Just check off that you're carrying those items from your load.
Oh,
Would that be subterfuge supplies then?
Yeah, that would go under subterfuge supplies.
we also get 2 free load worth of tools or gear from our crew sheet.
Yes.
Oh, that's excellent.
And actually, subterfuge supplies would definitely apply.
All right, so I'll have both documents and subterfuge supplies.
Yeah, I'll take documents too.
Good idea.
So if I want to, do I mark off my armor now, or do I wait till I need it?
Wait till you need it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember the thing in this game, Brian, you don't really need to worry about what equipment you're carrying until you actually need it. And just at that point, we assume you're wearing the armor you need.
Oh, okay. I thought when you picked out your gear, you had to plan ahead.
Nope.
Nope.
It's like a heist movie. No one pulls out a gun until they need it.
Exactly. The thing to always remember in this game is the idea is get to the action, do the planning as it comes up.
So it's going to be like Leverage, where we'll flash back to, oh, we need a key card for this room. Ding. Oh, we need, we're going to rappel down to the vault. Here's the rope.
We want a 5-piece marching band going by right now to distract the guards. Here's 3 weeks ago we bribed a bunch of street performers to do just that.
Yup.
Okay.
Okay, you come up to the main entrance of the warehouse. Guards are humans. They look very bored. Blue Coats, what are you doing here?
Got an arrest warrant for one of your servants.
Arrest warrant.
Yeah, official business. Let us pass.
Okay, let's see. That's going to be a roll. Because everything is a roll. It's just the way life is. What is it going to be a roll again? Well, what do you want to roll, Brian? Since you can actually use any of your skills, you just have to be able to make a case for it.
Well, my best two social ones are consort and sway. This might be more sway than consort.
So I will to clarify how they work. Consort is usually, it's partying, palling around with somebody. It's wooing them. Whereas sway is usually more, I want to say giving order, or no, that's command. God damn it. I know so many systems with so many different ways of doing things. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering which is which. So,
Yeah.
Need to find the place where it describes them.
Yeah.
Here we go. No, command is when you boss people around.
Yeah.
Sway is influencing with guile, charm, or argument. You might lie convincingly, might persuade them to do what you want. You might argue compelling case. Whereas consort is socializing with friends and contacts. Gaining access to resources, people, places, making a good impression. I would agree that you could do it with either, but it'll probably be easier with sway.
Okay.
Command certainly could make an argument too, because you're basically giving orders, but you could do it with any of the three.
Yeah. No, it's just a difference. I do have one dot in command, but I have two in sway. So
Okay.
if I can get away with sway.
No, that makes
rolling
sense.
the dice.
So wait. Before you roll the dice, there's a couple of options to consider.
Oh, too late.
Well, actually, you can still consider them, so I'm going to point them out.
All right.
One is that you can take 2 stress and get a third die roll.
Right.
Or somebody else could also spend stress to give you another die. You can also do a devil's bargain, which means that something complicates the die roll. Or complicates the situation, and you get another die roll. Another hand of 5 is actually pretty good. It means you mostly got what you want, but something's not quite right. So do you want another die is the question. Or are you happy with what you got?
I think I'm okay with this for now. I'm gonna save. I might take stress in the next situation because that's going to be where it really counts. Getting past the guys at the door really isn't the crux of the matter.
Fair enough.
How much are we going to spend to get through a door?
Also, realistically speaking, you're in a controlled situation, which puts you at an advantage. It's like, let me see that paperwork. And starts flipping through it, making a very... somebody give me a roll for survey if they would like. Or study.
Anybody got survey?
Got survey.
Oh, good.
I imagine that I'm also, with my ghost mind power, trying to keep an eye on the supernatural side of the situation. And this would be a controlled roll?
Yes.
Standard effect?
Yep.
No bonus dice. 4.
It's more to give you a funny piece of information. Looking at how intently the guy's staring at this paperwork, he can't read.
Oh no!
I had a feeling. I had a feeling that's what it was going to be.
Um, he's like, wait a second. Then he does a crook for the other guard who's standing with him at the door. It's like, does that say what I think it does? And the other guy looks at it, again, also clearly can't read. I think that it does. Clearly, you need to see the boss.
Who
Yes.
can read? So yeah.
Yeah. Well, neither of them is admitting they can't read. They're clearly trying to put the act out that they can read, even though, yeah, it's quite obvious they can't. So you're led inside. David, keeping an eye on the spirit orb with your ghost mind. It seems actually a little quiet for this part of the city. The docks are usually one of the more spiritually active areas because it has a lot of criminal activity, gang warfare going on.
I imagine the occasional concrete boots don't help.
In point of fact, you'd be in Crow's Foot, which still has a gang war going on at the moment. So yeah, this is unusually quiet. You're led inside. It's a big, cavernous building with sparse lighting because they're cheap and they're not going to spend a lot of it. You're walking by tables of people hammering and sawing and cutting and trying to fit widgets in a society that doesn't have a whole lot of power tools. But you're taken up a set of stairs to an office. Inside, sitting at a desk, smoking a cigar, is an older gentleman. And he just eyeballing the three of you. Sir, these gentlemen are from the Bluecoats. They have a warrant for one of our employees. And he just reaches out a hand and he takes it. That'll be all, gentlemen, when the guards leave the room. So, exactly why do you need Miss... I'm terrible at coming up with names. Why do you need the young woman? Yeah, Molly. Molly works. Why do you need Molly?
She matches a description of a fugitive for a crime that's been reported a few days ago. We just need to bring her down to the station.
Wanted for a crime? What crime exactly?
Violent one.
Yeah.
Well, why did you bring a spirit warden?
Yeah. Just in case. This area can be a little, dicey sometimes, I'm gonna try to like turn on the charm a little bit and appeal to him as like one working stiff to another. It's like, look, we got our orders. We just need to take her down. Once it's cleared up, she'll be back. Unless she really did do it.
Is it really your position to question? If we have the paperwork to do it, why are we even bothering answering? Just take us to her, and let's get this done.
You do realize she's under contract. And I keep very careful track of my employees. They don't even sleep away from this factory. So I'm very curious how she was involved in some sort of criminal activity. Because I'd be aware if it happened here, it would be under my watch.
Look, I don't make the big decisions. That's the guys above me. I just do what they tell me to do. They said, come down, get the girl. Came down to get the girl.
You gotta need to give
What
me
does
a
his
roll.
office look like?
Pretty typical middle management office, piles of paperwork. Um, lot hair's slightly um hazy because of the fact, this guy's been chain smoking probably a good chunk of the day. Although there is an ashtray, so it's not like there's not ash all over this desk or anything like that. The room is, aside from piles of paperwork that doesn't seem to have any sense of order to it, the room is relatively neat. There's no, it is somewhat Spartan. There's no art. There's no plants. Mostly because plants inside are kind of a pain in the rear end.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
He's playing good cop. I'm just looking for things to play bad cop.
Fair enough.
And if I have to start, poking at paperwork and, just he's asking a lot of questions, and well, if he's going to be interrogating us, I'm going to be interrogating his paperwork and stuff.
But yeah, this is definitely a good point for Brian to make a roll.
Okay.
Or Mike, you could also try to make a roll for that matter.
Okay. And on this one, I am going to take 2 stress.
Okay. Limited effect. You can also spend stress to improve the effect. Condition remains controlled.
Okay. So 36. Yep. 2 4s. Damn.
2 4s.
I was hoping I'd be better than that, but
he opens a drawer in his desk, leaps through pages, pulls out a stack of forms. Okay, you can take her. I'm going to need this filled out in triplicate. Standard procedure, as you know.
all right.
Unless you have any particular need, I'll contact the guards and have her brought to my office for you to speed this up.
Oh, thank you. That would be appreciated.
He steps to the door, and you can hear him speaking with one of the guards outside.
I follow him to the door.
Yeah, I'm
make sure I can
keep my
hear.
eyes on him.
He's basically leaning out the door, shouting to one of the guards downstairs, "Oi, get Molly!" A 4 is good enough that, no, you got what you wanted. The main complication at the moment is you have to fill out all this paperwork.
All right. I can do that. It won't be well filled out, but I can quickly scribble some some stuff there where necessary.
Yeah, it's your name, your commander's name, the number of the warrant number, which precinct she's being taken to.
Sure.
Most of which you can easily PS. I mean, you guys are criminals. You have an idea what the various nearby
The
number
place that we're getting
precinct
her
numbers would
from.
be.
Place we're getting her from, it's not any of the places associated with anybody that we're involved with, right?
No, it is not. They supply parts for Lord Skurlock's ships, but he doesn't own them or anything like that. Even if you were to go so far as to burn the place down, he wouldn't really care. Nobody would really care.
Okay. While we're waiting, I'm going to get a stogie out.
I'm kind
I'll
of
be
curious.
smoking a cigar while we wait, and
I'm kind of curious about the lack of spirits around here. I'm gonna just quietly wander the room and maybe look for any kind of wards or charms. Because he said he keeps everyone under lock and key. He knows where everyone is, but he doesn't seem to be doing it with spirit help.
You can give me a roll. Attune is most obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Hunt or study or survey
No,
will probably give.
attune's my best. I think I'll do.
Well,
attune.
here's the consideration. If you want, for your idea of the spirit world, attune is the way to go. One of the other ones will give you more detail about the physical security.
Study then.
Okay. And you'll still get some of the spirit information because of the fact you have Ghost World and you have other advantages to that.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a study roll. Do you want Devil's Bargain?
Sure.
Let's see what would be a good one. Basically, you're gonna draw attention as he comes back into the room and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's gonna make him much more suspicious.
5.
5. Okay, with a 5, let's see. You notice as you poke your head around, it seems like the main reason he's keeping track of people is he does have guards. Not an exorbitant amount, but as you watch, particularly as you watch people interact with each other, there is definitely a degree. There seems to be a degree of mistrust. People, the normal joviality you'd expect in a workplace, especially among a bunch of people who have to do very boring, repetitive tasks, just isn't there. You also notice around the warehouse a series of small charms that just light up in the spirit world.
Okay.
To get more information about that, you'd have to get up close and examine one with attune. Or one of the other ones. The attune will give you, again, would be the most useful.
Tempting. Very tempting.
Oh, just to note, just in case he does like look and is smart enough to remember, I am making a point of copying down the like arrest warrant number or whatever that I originally forged on the document so that it does match.
Good catch.
Just in case he's got the memory to to notice that.
Or demands to see it.
Yeah.
So he comes back in, he looks at you and goes, "Warden, is there a problem?"
There's no music.
No music?
People usually sing when they're doing repetitive tasks. There's
We have rules about that.
I see.
A few minutes later, she's brought up. A young girl, about 16, blonde hair, fairly dirty. Doesn't look like she's changed clothes probably at least a few weeks, maybe months. She does match the description of who you're looking for, though. It's like, you have your paperwork? He holds out his hand for the papers you filled out.
There you go. Thank you for your cooperation. It's appreciated.
Very well.
All right, come along, you. I say to Molly.
She just eyes down, following you out. You do notice she's wearing some kind of collar, though.
Mechanical or
Mystic.
All right.
Similar at all to the charms around the place?
No.
It's probably some sort
Although
of tracking device.
you can see it's keyed to the charms in some way. There's a little stream of electroplasmic energy, too faint for most people to see, especially with the mask on, which you have on because you're officially a spirit warden at the moment. You can see the stream going up and then splitting off and going to the various charms.
Right. It's a ghost land cable. Got it.
Yeah, it's basic. Brian has it right. Basically, looking at it, it's a tracking device.
All right, so we'll have to figure some way to get it off once we're out of here.
Why don't we just tell the foreman to?
I have a feeling that would make him more suspicious.
All right.
I think we could, have somebody get it deactivated or something.
Gee, almost like you've got a ghost mage on hand. No, we can do better than that.
Okay, you're just about to the doors. Going outside?
I'll go out first.
Okay. Nothing happens.
All right. I will also.
I'm gonna double check that charm before we walk out the door.
Suddenly your head explodes.
I'm seriously worried about that. This guy was so sure he knew where everyone was. And if it is a killing charm, then he would not only know he's right, he would catch us being full of shit and with a body on hand. No, I'm gonna do a double check of the charm itself.
Yeah, that's your best bet's definitely going to be attune. You could use something else, but I already know attune's your best skill. So.
Is that risky, desperate, control?
Oh, you're in a risky situation, definitely.
Yeah.
You definitely kick it down. Simple devil's bargain. You can kick it down to desperate and get another die. And remember, if you succeed at a desperate roll, if you take a desperate, you get the extra experience point.
Fine, and I get the extra die for my ghost mind?
Yes, absolutely.
I forgot that one. Hang on. Ah!
Oh, you just saved
bargain
your
dice,
own
didn't it?
backside. Because a high roll of 3 is a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Okay,
6 is...
so what does the charm do?
It does a couple of things. One, you realize that the charms around the warehouse are designed to repel spirits. That's why there aren't that many in the area. The problem is, it's a locator, and either he was supposed to or you were supposed to do something to disarm it, because 100 different sirens are going to start going off the minute she walks through the door.
Why would the blue coats know how to disarm a charm? This does not seem like the kind of thing we should be expected to do.
You are quite certain there is basically a key that would turn it off. And it's not like key to each color. It's a generic key.
Like a ghost key?
Some sort of key, being a little literal, some sort of object that turns it on.
I meant
and
the
off.
fact that I have ghost key as one of my
it's
abilities.
not going to be that. Is
Okay.
my point.
What does electroplasm do to skin?
It's like electricity. Enough of it will burn you.
We need this removed.
Oh, okay.
I have to admit, I originally was going with the alarm. The moment you said made her head explode, I thought about it. I'm not that much of a jerk.
Oh, come on. I took the devil's bargain. It totally should. Okay, we need a distraction. We need to get her somewhere on site so that I can work on this thing.
Well, wait a minute. Why don't me and the other guy just
The problem is you're
Tell-
also drawing a
tell-
lot of attention.
tell them to disarm
'Cause
the?
They're wondering why you haven't left yet or haven't turned it off and left yet. Hello.
Yeah, like I could turn to one of the guards and be like, oh,
Because a blue coat is supposed to have the disarming device. They'll be on to us.
ah,
Right when the guards is looking at you, is there a problem? Is there a reason you haven't
Yeah.
turned off her collar yet?
Go for it. Go for it.
oh, they didn't. We didn't know about the collar. They didn't give us.
It's
They didn't
standard
give
with
us
all
one
of the
of those.
indentures in this area. How did you not know that?
Well, we don't normally do this.
Your
This
superior
neighborhood.
certainly should have told you.
Yeah, they should.
You're
have.
drawing more and more attention, and people are clearly very suspicious.
Where's the shitter?
It's down about halfway down.
All right, I'm going there. I'll be back.
Okay.
Get this shit worked out.
Oh God. What are you planning, Mike?
Well, see, the thing is, I have. Let's see. I have a little bit of tinker, and I have a penchant for explosives and stuff as well. So
Just remember, it needs to be a distraction.
All right.
Explosion in
Well-
the bathroom usually qualifies, yes.
In the meantime, I'm going to talk to the guard and be like, look, we just got thrown this assignment at the last minute. Could you just give us a hand and, disarm the collar so we can go about our business here?
I don't have a key. You got to talk to the boss. He points back to the office.
Could you go get the key from the boss?
My job is to watch this door. I can't go. I'm not your errand boy.
what are spirit being charms?
What?
So meanwhile, Mike, you have reached the bathroom, which is little more than an outhouse overlooking one of the canals.
As I was going there, did I walk past any other workers or where they?
Oh yeah,
get
you
work?
walked past. You walked past a bunch of them.
Did I walk past any place where like they keep the workers or like the guard place?
Roll 2 6-sided dice and tell me. Let's see what give you a fate roll and see.
It's-
Roll fortune is under your strange friends.
is that it? Nope.
You walked past nothing of the sort that you noticed.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Oh, maybe this is time for a flashback where our spirit warden handily remembered that something like this might come up and he got a hold of a key for these collars.
A little too specific. Certainly you could set up that something where he set aside equipment for something of the sort. It's not going to be quite as specialized, so it might not work as well. But it'll be,
What if I got a
helpful
whole-
along the lines.
What if I got a hold of someone else's set of collars?
Yeah, that actually is a pretty good argument.
Cool.
So
I'd
we'll
like
flash.
to say that. And when Marcus went off to the bathroom, I handed him one. Because as soon as it leaves the building, the alarm's going to go off on the other side of the building.
Give me an attune roll to see if you got it set up proper. Basically, yeah. Back alley, buying one. I'll even go a step further and say you bought one off of one of the guards here. It's already attuned to the right place. It's just. Do you want to spend stress or take the devil's bargain?
What's the devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain's going to be half of them are going to go. Half the guards are going to go chasing the one that went down the pipe. The other half are going to come after the rest of you.
Yeah,
It's going
it's
to split
acceptable.
down how many you have to deal with, but you're still going to have a problem.
That brings
Question
me up
on-
I would take stress.
And you still
Question on-
failed.
Question on some
Or no,
items.
I'm sorry, that is a success.
Question
I'm sorry,
on
go ahead,
items,
Mike.
though. What is Rage Essence and what is Spirit Bane Charm?
Spirit Bane Charm keeps spirits away. Rage Essence lets you go berserk, essentially.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, it will definitely go off when you drop it down the toilet.
Okay.
toilet being an open fucking sewer.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'll go ahead and mark off the item as arcane implements on my gear since I got plenty of room for it.
Okay.
Should
Okay.
I
what
mark
is,
that off since I'm the one that acquired it?
You acquired it, but
He's the one carrying it.
Okay.
What does trance powder do?
Let you go into a trance, talk to spirits.
Oh, it doesn't put other people.
Yeah,
like,
can we?
You
Can
can
we
potentially
use it
use it that
effectively?
try to use it that way.
Because I'm just wondering if it would make somebody more susceptible to like a sway or
Remember,
something.
You
I
can definitely use it that way.
remember
Okay.
I also took Mule, so when I'm heavily loaded, I have 8 items possible.
10.
So yeah, he's the freaking pack mule of the crew.
Because our crew also gives us access to items, so that would bring you up to 10.
Well, no, he gets 2 for big. 5, I want to say for no 6 for heavy. So yeah, 10. You have 10 items worth of stuff you can carry, and still qualify as heavy.
Nice.
So all your guns, all your it's like in a fight, he's your guy. Okay, so Mike, what are you? You can drop the collar down the toilet to set that off. Do you want to try and do some kind of explosive as well to really confuse shit?
Please
I
blow it up.
I will say the 2 ways to make an explosive here are either going to be Tinker, which is going to be a very focused explosion, or Wreck, which is just going to blow up a big chunk of the factory. It's how much damage do you want to do? Tinker would be like if you want to blow a hole in the wall. Wreck would be anarchist.
yeah, the guy was annoying me though.
So you might want to Wreck. I will go by rule of funny that you are almost directly beneath his office.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's drop him into the latrine. We'll go. Now, I don't really have. There's no real good cover for it to explain the explosion. Oh, that's the thing. That's it.
Using's not a thing. Just walk away and let it explode later.
Yeah, you can absolutely put it on a timer. You definitely want to give yourself enough time to get back to the door and away from the explosion.
Explosives 101. Not here.
Yeah, I'll set it up so that it blows up and drops his office in there, and I'll use the cigar that I've been smoking as the timer.
There you go.
Slow
Give me a
burn.
roll.
Wreck, I assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with desperate because you've got guards all over the place, but this is gonna have a great effect. So yeah, you can.
I'm gonna also to
remember
cover
to take
since
the point of experience.
Since I'm in the bathroom, I'm gonna burn I'm going to burn a couple stress.
Okay.
And this is Wreck.
Yep. Because you want to go for the big boom.
Yeah.
You can still do Tinker, but it definitely feels more like a Wreck.
It's desperate.
Yes.
Okay.
The effect is great, not standard.
Effect great. And with 2 stress, that's 2 bonus dice?
Oh, no, it's 1 bonus die.
Okay. thought it was 1 to 1. That's
Now, other people can give you a die for 1. It's cheaper
okay.
to help other people.
Fair enough.
6, so you got almost the best possible result. 2 6s being in it would be the best possible result, which basically means you're critical.
Yeah. When I get back out there and be like, do not go in there. it is not a good smell.
They all look at you, but you've gotten to the door. Are you going through? You've got
I am.
a few seconds before that thing goes boom.
Oh yeah.
Has the alarm gone off?
You're walking her through the door? That's the question.
That's a question.
Yeah, I don't tell you what you do. You tell me what you do.
No, I'm asking if the alarm has gone off yet.
You walk her through the door. Have you? Yes, the alarm in the bathroom has gone off. Guards are heading that way.
Yeah. Okay. So. Then I'm gonna blow.
The whole area is flashing and hearing boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. I'm gonna blow trance powder in the guard's face that's with us.
Okay.
Was it Ace Ventura who was like, "Woo, do not go in there"? Or it was one of those movies. It was one of the
something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I've not seen Ace Ventura in a long time. I don't really want to change that either.
It was one of the Jim Carrey movies. I know.
Give me a sway roll, Brian. You get an extra die automatically for the trance powder.
Awesome. Okay. And I'm
take 2 extra
basically going to tell him
for that because of the explosion. It's providing a very effective distraction.
Oh, okay.
Which will put you in a controlled position with a great effect, actually.
Oh, awesome.
So you got a 6, second best possible result.
Cool. I'm gonna tell the guy cover our escape.
You don't even get that far. You go cover, then he goes, hold that thought, and just starts running towards the bathroom.
All right.
Now and drawing several more guards with him, in fact. So it's actually worked very well.
All right. So then we're going to run out with the girl.
Okay. More alarms are going off. There's flashing at the front of the building. Let's face it, we have to do this the cinematic style of you're walking slow-mo out the door, and you just hear this kaboom as the back half almost of the building lights up. The office comes crashing into the toilets. Mass hysteria.
I'm sure he's gonna have a shitty day.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing my character with the cigar just walking out. Slow, cool walk.
I don't know about that. I'm running flat out. we're trying to.
You're running, but Mike's got the slow, cool action hero walk.
Yeah. Well, I'll drag the girl with me. I'll be like,
it doesn't take any encouragement to get her to run when the explosion goes off.
Yeah.
Okay, you're outside. The guard is a mess at the moment because of the fact the explosion kind of distracted people. Although she does have this glowing gem that's pulsing at her neck that you might want to do something about.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. What tools do I have? I have arcane implements. I'm just gonna say I have anti-charm wand. Looks suspiciously like a lockpick. Totally magical, I swear. What is that? Attune or?
You can use Tinker or Attune.
I'm gonna try this with Attune.
Okay.
I will spend a stress to give.
So you get an extra die.
All right.
You can also spend 2 stress to give yourself a die if you want.
This is the point at which we're gonna get caught if we don't get this off. So yeah, I'm gonna take a stress.
Okay.
We're in trouble.
Oh, you failed. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know how it's a spirit bane charm I mentioned?
Yes.
Not anymore. Now it's attracting them. You can see the ripples of spirits down the alleys heading towards you.
Guys, we're surrounded. And I don't mean by people.
Is it his charm that's attracting them, or
It's
is
the
it
one around her neck that he completely failed to get off.
Well, I'm just going to.
You
I'm
can
gonna
take an
pull-
experience for that as well.
I'm going to say pull out some of my demo tools, like
Mhm.
like the foot long things that you use to cut padlocks, and
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
drawing a blank
bolt
on the
cutters.
tool. Yeah, bolt cutters.
Yep,
I'm
that'd be the one.
I'm just going to use bolt cutters. So I guess that's a tinker.
Yeah, tinker or wreck, either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch from trying to hack the magical thing to holding Molly still.
So would the tinker be risky?
Oh,
Probably.
you're in desperate at this point.
Okay. Standard effect, I would assume.
Yeah,
I just want to cut the stupid thing.
Brian, you
Oh,
want to do
well.
anything while this chaos is going on? She's
Does
in
anybody
full
is-
freak out mode.
Does somebody
Oh.
want to hold her still?
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
David's doing that.
Yeah.
I'm literally going from this
Okay.
to don't move.
So one bonus die
Um,
for the assist to hold her steady while I cut.
yeah, I'll give you the die.
All right, so Kevin, luckily, the special
5.
ability I picked was Ghost Voice.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I can use my consort and sway and all of that on spirits, and I get something called potency when I'm communicating with
Cool.
them. So I'm gonna direct them or try to convince them to go have fun in the factory now that I'm sure some of those wards have come down.
Interesting. Mike, you definitely clipped off the necklace, which is making it pulse faster, which is drawing more spirits.
I'm gonna throw it at the building.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, give me a. This is probably you're probably get your strongest effect from command, but you could try one of the other ones.
Okay. Could I possibly do consort? Because I'm not giving them specific instructions. I'm just like, hey guys,
but you're
there's
trying
a
to-
party over there.
You could try it, but it is more of a force of personality than a consort, I would say. But you can try it; you just won't get as strong of an effect.
And
Isn't
you're also
that
trying to convince them
way?
over the loud blaring thing that's bleeping right in front of us.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it's basically limited effect if you go with consort
That's
instead
that's
of
fine.
standard.
That's fine. I don't need a huge effect. I just need them to kind of not be as interested in us.
Fair enough. Give me a roll.
All right. I'm also going to take 2 stress to gain a die.
And this is definitely a risky, desperate roll.
Yeah, so I can get some XP out of it.
Yeah.
6.
6. So you definitely take
5
your
and a
XP.
6.
You're
Yay! We're
in
rolling
luck.
well tonight.
You're very much in luck. Normally, with the limited effect, I would argue that it just isn't going to work that well. Maybe half of them at most heal off. But between the fact you rolled a 6, which means you succeeded as completely as possible, and throwing the necklace as far as you could towards the building, and the chaos going on the building, you've got them distracted long enough to get gone.
Awesome.
Needless to say, the talk of the entire area for some time to come is going to be about the utter chaos and devastation that happened at the docks. And you guys are going to draw some heat from that. But that's actually going to wrap up the caper, because you get back to your boss, you get your employer, you get your 3 coin.
Does it help with the heat any that we we're all like disguised?
We'll go over that in a minute. Let me bring
Okay.
up.
Part of me part of the reason why I was more than willing to drop the office into the latrine is I was kind of also hoping the paperwork disappeared.
Well, I'm figuring all the witnesses, all they're going to say is, "Well, it was two blue coats and a spirit dude."
Warden.
Which that is going to help you on the heat. There we go.
Excellent.
Let's see. So, the options for heat: 0, smooth, quiet, and low exposure. No.
No.
Contained and standard exposure. No. Loud and chaotic high exposure would be 4 heat, and 6 would be wild, devastating exposure. I would actually have made this 6 heat, because damn, I'm gonna drop it to 4. And unfortunately, it then goes up to 6, because yeah, that explosion killed people, and you always get 2 heat when someone dies.
Shit.
So yes, you now have a total of 6 heat on your heat tracker.
Oh, damn it. I got that. Let's see. That's on our crew sheet.
That's on the crew sheet, yes.
We have a total of 6, or we gained 6?
You gain 6.
That puts us 1 step into the wanted.
So you gain the first level of wanted.
Yup. This makes sense, though. We're at war with the blue coats. Someone who has it out for us probably recognized our description from one of the factory workers.
Okay, so you're going to mark the wanted level, and then clear off all of the heat.
Okay.
Any over when you went 1 over,
1
so you're at 1 heat with a wanted level of 1.
All right.
To give you an idea, this means that if you get the attention of the blue coats and you get arrested, you're definitely going to spend a month or 2 in prison. The more heat you have, the longer you spend.
Now, for that, that's a consequence, right? Can't that be absorbed with heavy armor, or at least some of it?
That particular cannot be affected by armor, unfortunately. So let's see. You are at heat 1, which happens. 1. Okay, so one of you. Reset. What is this? Okay, sorry
Here
about
it
that.
comes.
My computer hates me. So, bad news. You guys have drawn some attention. The Blue Coats have picked up one of your allies. It could be one of the allies of the group or one of your individual allies, and they're in questioning him. It's normally going to be a die roll, and the die roll is going to decide if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you're going to gain 2 heat. If you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you're going to gain. They're going to get harmed. You can also choose to pay the guard 1 coin, and they'll just leave him alone.
I think we should do that. It's a little less profit for us, but I think in the long run, it's probably worth.
Well, we still get to roll against it, right?
Yeah. You give me a d6, see what happens.
All right. Do we want to wait for Marcus to get back?
Up to you guys.
We would probably do the roll.
It is a 2.
So which means that you're going to take 2 heat.
Oof.
Keep in mind, you're about to all get downtime action, so you can take a downtime action to reduce your heat.
That sounds good.
So, same tiers.
And then we got 3 coin for this job,
Yes.
so we each get 1.
Yes, or you can just spend one of them to pay off. It's up to you.
To pay off our heat.
To pay off the guy, for the guy. Oh, you also gain 2 reputation.
Oh.
So there's that.
His reputation is your friend, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that brings us into one of the gray areas that's labeled turf.
Ah,
Is
so
that
you're
good?
actually, let me come back to that because I can look it up exactly what that means, but that is a good thing.
Does that mean we need turf or that we get turf? That's what I'm...
I believe it means you get turf. Like I said,
Alright.
let me circle back to that because I need to look up what happens.
Yep. One of our contacts got picked up by the Blue Coats.
You can either pay them off with a coin, or you're going to gain 2 more heat. Here we go.
How much is the payoff?
1 coin. Or, sorry, the job was 3 coins, and we can pay one of those to...
Or a coin you already have, for that matter.
Yeah, we have tons of coin.
I don't mind paying off the Blue Coats. I think it'll be particularly funny if Brian's the one who hands over the payoff.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, here's your bail money.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Here we go. No, let's... Okay, so I'll come... Need to keep looking for that, so let me get into your downtime activity options.
Take your time. And then we're doing our own XP?
Yes. So look at the bottom of your character sheets. There's a list of things that you could have done to gain XP during a session. Ask yourself if you feel that you met any of those criteria. If you did, give yourself a point of experience for each one. You can get each one time. You can't. If you did one thing multiple times, it's still only 1 XP.
I definitely used arcane powers. I don't know. Do you guys think I drove home the grew up on a sailing ship well enough?
I don't know. That might be Kevin's call.
I personally feel that's a little bit of a stretch. There's no question the Arcane Powers comes up.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's not even a debate.
Yeah. I mean, the only we may have both expressed our backgrounds just in the choice of the mission and why we did it.
That's true.
But I don't know that. I don't know
Actually,
if
I
that's
will allow that.
a stretch. Okay.
You take it, we'll take the XP for that.
And then we get our crew gets XP if we did successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage.
Which you did.
Okay.
Twice over, really.
Yeah.
Because the blow up was definitely sabotage, although that wasn't what you were
Challenges above our current station.
No.
Bolstered the crew's reputation. I know we got enough
Yes,
heat. There.
definitely you get the XP for that.
And then express goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
I'd give you the 2, probably. I'm willing to take an argument for more.
All right.
Well, I guess what is our essential nature? We're shadows, right? So
our essential nature is magic, ghosts, creepy
spooky,
shit,
weird stuff.
Well, we did have some of that.
Yeah, true.
And we did try to kind of subtly
the XP
slip
for
our
it.
way in.
So I'll give you 3 XP for your total for the crew.
Sweet.
Okay. You need to spend reputation to develop, and turf lowers that cost.
Yep. So you get a point of turf, or actually no, you don't get a point of turf because the turf is something you bought. The turf is something you acquire. You can do a mission to gather turf.
But we need to fill that reputation track up.
Which you have.
Well, no, we only have 7.
Okay.
It's 12 to develop.
Fair enough. So the question now becomes downtime activities. Everybody gets 2. You can also spend a coin or a point of rep to gain another one. Your options are you can acquire an asset, so guys could get a special item. You can get yourselves a gang or an expert in some field. You can get yourselves a vehicle or some kind of service, like transportation from a smuggler, or the use of a warehouse to store stuff, a lawyer, something like that. You can also start a long-term project if you have something you want to research or something you want to build. Or work on one if you already have one going. Nobody's taken physical damage yet, so you don't need to recover. You can reduce heat, which gives you a 1d6 roll, and you lose that many heat. You lose heat based on what you roll. Unfortunately, that won't take you out of wanted. You can train, which lets you take 1 experience point in an attribute of your choice. You have a crew upgrade that allows you to take 2 experience points instead. In one specific thing, I forget what it is. You can look on the crew sheet.
Prowess.
And you can indulge the vice to reduce your stress.
Okay.
Where does it say? Where does it say power?
Sorry, prowess.
Yeah, prowess.
So our training bonus is in prowess.
So yeah, if you put 1 point experience point into prowess, you get 2 instead. So if you use both actions to train prowess, you get 4 experience points. Just as a reminder, or in case you don't know, when you fill the experience track for a specific attribute, you get 1 point in any of the skills under that attribute, and clear off the track and start over again.
I'm missing to spend 2 downtime working on Resolve.
Okay. So you get 2 points of experience in Resolve. Brian, what do you want to do?
I'm going to use 1 action to reduce stress.
Okay.
Because I have like 5 stress. So if I roll anything lower than a 6, I should be good.
Yep. So give me a roll.
All right.
I think this is relevant here. You do the actions one at a time, because if you roll a 1 and you want to do a reduce more stress, you could do it as your second action.
Yeah. Good point. Yep. Oh, 4. All right.
So 4, nice. You're down to 1 stress, so you didn't overindulge.
Yeah, I'm good with that. My vice happens to be pleasure, so I spent a little time with a lady of the evening, and
which is the question: is what specific pleasure do you indulge in? And I'm assuming sex, which is an obvious choice.
My guy's not complicated.
Fair enough.
All right, so the second action, I'm going to train in Resolve as well.
Okay, so take your experience in Resolve. And David?
I definitely want to spend some time doing parkour. Train up that double XP. So I'm probably gonna find a ghost or some small spirit in a back alley and bargain or convince it to let me chase it, so I have something to motivate with. I just spend a couple evenings playing tag with a ghost.
Interesting. I may revisit that next session.
Hopefully. I mean, none of these guys are up for parkour. Apparently, they're busy.
The question, of course, is: do you do the all-important shouting parkour as you do parkour?
Well, my guy would say, if you're willing to give me a coin, you're free to shoot me around.
Speaking of which, how are we distributing our remaining coin? Because we have 2 of them.
Probably should just use it to buy up.
Yeah.
You probably use it to buy up rep.
Or tier.
Yeah, starting working on a new tier would be a good idea.
So how does working on a new tier work?
I think you need like 8 coin.
Yeah,
and then
Ryan is correct.
So we can add 2 more to our stockpile.
Okay. Do we need anything to use that first dot of vault?
I think you already bought the vault, didn't you?
Doesn't look like it. Is that something I can do with my second downtime action? Is buy and or build a vault? Because my vice is planning. Is
you can definitely get a vault. That's definitely well within the possibilities. It's I want to say it's 4 coin. But yeah, you get yourself set up with a vault.
So we're at 1 coin with a vault.
Yep. Which expands how much money you can hold on to.
A satchel full of silver or a month's wages.
Yep. And that brings us to 10 o'clock at night my time. I do have work at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I am going to call it a night here.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, good with that. I need to eat.
Food's always a good choice.
Yeah, I came here straight from work, so I haven't eaten anything yet.
And then take off 4 coin to pay for the vault?
Yes. Yep, I did that, so we're at 1.
Cool.
Hopefully you guys had fun. I thought this was an interesting one.
Funny, a little short, but funny.
Yeah, you guys.
Are we done recording?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up now. Everybody can say goodnight. That's it for this week, guys. We should be back next week. Go check out Paranormal Encyclopedia. We should start having new videos there as well. There's a video with Brian and me interviewing the folks. For listeners here who may not know the Paranormal Encyclopedia channel, in less than a month in June, I am going to Transylvania for almost 2 weeks, and I'm going to go ghost hunting, and I'm going to put it on the channel. You can see an interview with the trip organizers and the great grandnephew of Bram Stoker on the Paranormal Encyclopedia channel with Brian and myself. It was a lot of fun. Go check that out. But that's it for me. I'm saying good night and God bless everybody. Everybody else want to say good night?
Later.
Night.
Have a good one.
Okay, and bring on up.